For years, I've kept silent, a quiet observer of the noise that surrounds me. But now I feel it's time to address some things directly. When I started Tesla, I didn't know what to expect. It wasn't about building a company, it was about pushing the boundaries of possibility. I saw an opportunity to change the world, to push forward on sustainable energy. People called me crazy, and frankly, I agreed. In the early days, we faced unimaginable challenges. Almost every major investor pulled out, but we kept pushing. It wasn't easy, it still isn't. Every day brings new obstacles, but that's what drives me. People ask me why I'm so obsessed with solving humanity's problems. I guess it's because I see the future and I want to make sure we get there. I often get criticized for my ambition, but I see that as a strength. Ambition is what drives innovation. People think about Tesla as just a car company, but it's much more. It's a symbol of how technology can reshape society. SpaceX ? It's not just about sending rockets to Mars, it's about ensuring the survival of humanity in the face of existential threats. When you're trying to do something no one has done before, you're going to encounter setbacks. Some of the failures at SpaceX, exploding rockets, failed missions, were heartbreaking, but they were part of the journey. Every failure is an opportunity to learn. That's something I believe in deeply. But let's talk about the public perception of me for a moment. People have a strange relationship with me. Some admire me, others vilify me. The media loves to focus on my personality, my tweets, my controversies. But is that really what's important? The focus should be on what we're trying to achieve, not on personal drama or sensationalism. Yes, I'm opinionated. Yes, I sometimes make bold statements. But I'm not here to please everyone. I'm here to challenge the status quo, to push humanity toward a better future. I've been called arrogant, reckless, even a villain. I've had my fair share of detractors, but sometimes the truth is uncomfortable. If we only hear what we want to hear, we'll never change. I've made mistakes, but I've also made a lot of progress. And those mistakes, every one of them, have shaped the decisions I make today. There's a misconception that success came easily. What they don't see is the years of sleepless nights, the sacrifices, and the constant battle to stay afloat. Some people think I'm just a rich guy who inherited success, but that's far from the truth. My father's side of the family had wealth, but my mother's side was much more modest. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I started Zip2 with my brother, then PayPal, and none of it was easy. We were up against giants, but we believed in our ideas. The first time I took a major risk was when I invested almost all of my money into SpaceX and Tesla. I was down to my last few dollars. People thought I was crazy, but crazy people change the world. The status quo doesn't evolve unless someone is willing to risk it all, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm risking everything on the mission to make humanity a multiplanetary species. Mars is the future. Space exploration is the key to our survival as a species. I believe that deeply. But let's talk about the criticism I've received. The attacks on my character, the accusations, the constant second-guessing. Sometimes I get frustrated, I'll admit it. But it's important to understand why I do what I do. Every single one of my companies, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, Boring Company, exists for a reason. The reason is simple: to solve the biggest problems humanity faces. Tesla isn't just about electric cars, it's about decarbonizing the planet. SpaceX isn't about sending rich people to space, it's about establishing a backup for humanity in case Earth faces a catastrophic event. Neuralink, it's about merging man and machine to unlock human potential and solve neurological diseases. Boring Company, it's about solving traffic congestion by creating underground transit tunnels. Every one of these ideas seemed insane at the beginning. And you know what? Maybe they still do. But that's the point. Sometimes the best ideas are the ones people think are impossible. I don't expect everyone to understand or agree with everything I do. But I do expect that people will understand that the goal is always the same: a better future. I've been called a genius and a madman in the same breath. It's a strange dichotomy, but I don't let it define me. I don't chase accolades or recognition. I chase results. The world is full of talkers, We need more doers. Doers who take risks, who fail, who get up again and keep moving forward. I don't have all the answers, and I don't claim to, but I believe we can solve these problems if we work together. It's not just about technology, it's about collaboration, innovation, and persistence. I've always said that it's not about the money. It never was. The money is just a byproduct of creating something valuable. If you truly want to change the world, you've got to believe in the mission. You've got to believe in the bigger picture. The world is full of distractions, noise, criticism, and people who want to keep things as they are. But if we want to create real progress, we have to block that out. I don't just work in tech because I love gadgets. I do it because I'm driven by a deeper need to push humanity toward its potential. We're entering an era where artificial intelligence, biotechnology, space exploration, and clean energy will define the future of civilization. But with those advancements come risks. Risks that we must be smart about, risks that we need to plan for. That's why we need to act now. SpaceX is pushing to send humans to Mars not just for the sake of exploration, but because Earth is fragile. We need a backup plan. I've heard people say, "Why go to Mars? There are so many problems here on Earth." Yes, there are, but solving one problem doesn't mean ignoring the other. What we're building at SpaceX isn't just a fleet of rockets. It's a potential lifeline for humanity, a way to spread our species across more than one planet. That might sound idealistic, but it's not about idealism. It's about survival. The asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs could happen again. And if we don't become a multi-planetary species, we might be at the mercy of whatever natural disasters or cosmic events occur. I'm not saying we should abandon Earth. Far from it. Earth is our home, and we need to protect it. But we can't ignore the fact that there's more to the universe than just us. Every major civilization in history looked beyond their borders to expand. I believe humanity's next great leap is to the stars. There's something powerful about thinking on a cosmic scale. It reminds us that our challenges here on Earth are solvable if we think big enough. People often ask me how I manage to juggle multiple companies at once. The truth is, I don't manage everything myself. I surround myself with brilliant people who believe in the mission. SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, The Boring Company, they're all different, but they're all tied together by one common thread: innovation. Tesla started with electric vehicles, but now we're working on battery technology, solar energy, and grid systems. We're creating sustainable solutions that change how the world powers itself. Energy production and storage are the future. The world is shifting from fossil fuels to renewable energy, and Tesla is at the forefront of that revolution. But electric cars are just the beginning. I want to build the entire ecosystem: solar panels, energy storage, and electric vehicles, all interconnected, all powered by renewable energy. It's about creating a sustainable future, one where humanity doesn't rely on finite resources, but instead taps into the infinite potential of the sun. With SpaceX, we're not just talking about space travel, we're talking about a whole new industry: space exploration, mining asteroids, and eventually colonizing other planets. The most exciting part of this future is the possibility of a truly global civilization. We could be interconnected in ways that were previously unimaginable. Imagine a world where energy is abundant, where space travel is accessible, and where disease can be cured with a simple neural implant. I'm talking about breakthroughs in health, in technology, and in human capability that will radically change how we live. At Neuralink, we're focused on merging human intelligence with machines. It's a vision of the future where we enhance our minds and bodies, where we can interact with computers in ways that were once science fiction. And while some see this as science fiction, I see it as science fact. The technology is here. We're on the brink of solving neurological diseases and unlocking the next step in human evolution. The Boring Company, as strange as it may sound, is about improving the infrastructure of our cities. We're building underground tunnels to solve congestion, helping to make urban life less stressful and more efficient. Every day I hear people talk about the future. They wonder when it's going to arrive. I'm here to tell you, it's already here. The things we once thought impossible are happening right now. We just need to move faster. We need to accelerate. But I know that this type of progress isn't without its risks. There are people who are scared of change, people who want to hold on to the past. And I understand that. Change is hard, but we can't be afraid of it. Fear is what holds us back. Fear is what keeps us from reaching our true potential. I've made mistakes. I've made some terrible decisions, but those mistakes have taught me valuable lessons. I've also had some incredible successes.